In the classic version of World of Warcraft and even the first couple of expansions, choosing a class and sticking with it is a huge investment. In the current state of the game, your class isn't really that important. Every tank can taunt, every healer has AoE heals, and every DPS has a CC ability. Not only has Blizzard destroyed the community aspect of the game, they have also completely eliminated your importance as an individual and what you bring to your group or raid. And as you already know because you read the title of this video, my favorite class in World of Warcraft is the Paladin. But it wasn't my first choice though. The first character I ever made was a Night Elf Hunter. I liked the Hunter a lot, but after learning you can't kill other players on a normal server, me and my brother finally switched to a PvP realm. And since we had to start out fresh, I made a rogue character instead. And once I got to my 20s, I quickly realized the role of DPS just wasn't for me. Questing was tough, PvP was hard, and it was a real struggle getting into dungeons. As a kid, I was always grounded, and when I wasn't, I was only allowed 1 hour a day to play the game. This meant dungeons were impossible to finish or even start, dying was 5 times as painful, and battlegrounds were just a waste of time. I needed a class that fit my specific needs. After making multiple characters and getting them to at least level 10, I realized the class that I was least interested in was the one for me. I would tell myself, if you're gonna swing a sword, make a warrior. If you're gonna heal, make a priest. I kept making these excuses every time I was at the character creation screen, and so I kept picking other classes over Paladin. Once I ran out of options, I had no choice but to give it a shot, and boy was I wrong. This was the perfect hybrid class I was looking for all along. Questing was simple, multiple mobs at once was doable, and corpse running was at a minimum. I remember flying through the quests in Elwyn Forest and enjoying my time in Westfall. And once I was asked to bring the head of Van Cleef to Greyon Stoutmantle, I got a Dead Minds group instantly. Now, I wasn't too excited to be healing for the first time, but it didn't emasculate me that I wasn't the tank or the leader of the group, and I didn't care to gloat about my big dick DPS. I honestly was just happy to be there, and that was enough for me. I think what made me like being a healer stemmed from my real life problems. I didn't really have a good time in high school. I mean, I had friends that I hung out with at lunch and passing periods, but I rarely ever got invited out on the weekends. Looking 7 to 8 years younger than your real age while hanging out with kids who wanted to act 10 years older than theirs was never really a good combination. My voice was annoying, so I kept talking to a minimum. My face was punchable, so I kept my head down, and I was a living cockblock because whenever girls got involved in the group, they never hesitated to ask, "Ew, who brought their little brother?" When Monday came around, there was always some excuse like, "Dude, everything happened so fast and we forgot about you," or some kind of bullshit that I pretended to believe. But as a healer in World of Warcraft, I was never forgotten. I could have been the world's shittiest healer, and I was at first. I mean shit, I keyboard turned and clicked on my abilities. But they didn't care, they needed me. It was so easy to join guilds and groups, and once raid night happened, I got a guaranteed spot. And ever since then, healing classes and support roles were my favorite type of characters to be in MMORPGs. Because I knew I was shitty at games, so I helped other players be better. And I truly felt like the holy knight my class was meant to be. Just the theme of the divine warrior started to fascinate me. Also, the idea that I was trained to kill undead filled my zombie apocalypse fetish I had at the time. And since I belonged to this Brotherhood of the Light, I was sent on class quests that no other classes could do. I learned how to resurrect the dead. I went on a long, amazing quest throughout different parts of Azeroth, so I could forge Varagon's fist. And not only did I get a free mount at level 40, I paid a fraction of the price of what everybody else had to at level 60 for what I think is the coolest epic mount in the game. Now, I can go on here forever talking about how this is my favorite class, but in no way am I saying Paladin is the best class in the game or for you. But these were my personal experiences and the reason why this class was right for me. Your class and your reasoning why it's your favorite could be completely different. There's no right answer, but I still want to hear what yours is. What is your favorite class? Why is that class right for you, and what do you find fun about playing it? If you don't know, then you probably should really start thinking about it. Classic WoW is coming, and not only is the gameplay unforgiving, but you could really regret wasting your time with a class that is not right for you. You can't just get a character to max level in a week in this version of the game. It could take a month or even months, and I don't want you to regret your choice. Because if you regret it, you'll quit and then I'll have nobody to heal on my raid. But guys, these have been my reasons for why I love the Paladin and I can't wait to play one when the game launches. Again, comment down below what you plan on doing for Classic and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Also, click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this so you can get notified every time I put up a video. And you might become my 7th subscriber, and who doesn't want to be lucky number 7?